You know, I don't know. I think a little bit of at times he tries to. At times, a lot of times he's hurrying up. You know, protection-wise, he's trying to get that ball off real quick. We're trying to slow him down a little bit. You know, in practice, he hits that thing. You know, 2-0, you know, 2-1, which is quick. And then during games, he gets going and tries to get rid of that thing in about 1:87. You know, time-wise. So he's kind of hurrying that, and he's got to slow his pace down. And when he does, and when he relaxes, he really can hit it. But and that's on me and getting him to relax a little bit more and protection-wise, him believing in we're going to protect for him. We haven't had a punt blocked here in a while, so just believing in that and we'll be better. He'd be a lot better with our net punting. My concern is net punting. You know, I know he does a good job sometimes kicking the heck out of it. Net punting is the base. It's a great. You can look at net punting in the conference and probably see the top teams or special teams wise are definitely leading in net punting, and we're the last. A lot of it's to do with we don't do a great job of pinning opponents when we have a chance to pooch kick and pin a guy in. We just don't do it. So we got to do a better job of that.
I was watching him in practice, and he was standing at his own 40, 37, 38-yard line, 4 balls in a row. He pinned at the back of the other end zone. So he's kicking that thing 60 yards in the air in warm-ups.
Yeah.
Is the difference mental when he gets into the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just you know, there's people lined up coming at him, and he has to catch a snap, and then he has to catch it and kick it. And I think that's that operation part of it's where he's got to keep working on and keep getting better. And we're trying to do some things to help him, like a quarterback in the pocket. You know, that a guy feeling comfortable with bullets flying around him, and that's where I think we can all do a better job helping him get better. But the leg is still there. He's really got a great pop, and when he relaxes, he really hits the heck out of it. So.
Is there any way to explain Alex's miss on Saturday and a couple of missed PATs and things like that?
You know, I think the missed field. He's got to make that missed field goal. It might have been on a hash. The snap. I'll give him a little bit of an excuse, but the snap was a little bit high, if you can say it was. But again, it's you know, he's good enough where he's made all those in practice and done a great job, even in clutch kicks for us. But he's got to make that. He'd probably tell you that too. He's got to do a better job. On the low kick, I don't know what happened. You know, it's the same spot, almost exactly to where they missed their. I don't know what it was. They missed a field goal or extra point or something like that. And their kicker did the same thing, kind of looked down at the ground, patted the ground. I'm not sure what that meant, but you know, he'll keep working. I know the one thing with Alex, he'll work hard at it, and it means a lot to him. And I think he has a lot of pride, and I think he'll bounce back.
Although you're a special teams coach, you played in the secondary. Any thoughts about the performance of the secondary against the Beavs and what they've got to do better?
You know, I think it always starts up front. You know, now that I'm a D-line coach, I'll tell you that. And I always blamed our guys too when I was a secondary guy. It always starts up front, but it does. I think some of those deep balls and some of that stuff is still we can do a good job of play action pass, rushing the passer. I thought our guys played really hard up front, and I think they're playing hard in the back. It's just you know, at times you know. And exactly what happens, I don't know exactly. I get caught up in a little bit too much special teams and defensive line, but I think our guys are, when they're playing confident, they're as good as anyone. I think last week, at times maybe we didn't play as confident as we probably could have, and we gave up a couple big plays. And again, a hitch and go and some of that stuff. It's a lot of time to develop, and we can still keep working on pressure, and we got to be smart sometimes in the back end.